Title: Why Your Body Falls Apart Over Time. Feynman on Thermodynamics. You don't feel old because time passed. You feel old because the universe is winning. That sounds dramatic, maybe even arrogant. But let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a broken glass spontaneously jump off the floor and reassemble itself? Have you ever watched smoke gather itself back into a cigarette? Of course not. And yet, the laws of physics would technically allow it. The atoms don't forbid it. So why doesn't it happen? And more importantly, if physics doesn't forbid order, why does your body slowly lose it? Why do your cells falter, your skin wrinkle, your memory blur? Why does your body fall apart over time? Tonight we're going to answer that. Not with biology textbooks, but with thermodynamics, with probability, with the deepest laws of nature. And if we're honest, it might change how you see your own mortality. At the most fundamental level, your body is just atoms. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, tiny particles obeying simple rules. They move, they collide, they exchange energy. Nothing about those rules says you must wrinkle at 70. Nothing says proteins must misfold. Nothing says cells must age. So what's going on? The answer is a single word: entropy. Now, entropy is often described as disorder. That's fine, but incomplete. Entropy is better understood as probability. Let me show you. Imagine a brand new deck of cards in perfect order, ace through king, suit by suit. There is exactly a way for the deck to be perfectly ordered. But how many ways are there for it to be shuffled? Millions, billions, astronomically many. So if you randomly shuffle the deck, what happens? It becomes disordered. Not because disorder is evil, not because physics hates neatness, but because there are overwhelmingly more disordered arrangements than ordered ones. Order is rare. Disorder is statistically dominant. Your body is that ordered deck. Youth is improbably arranged atoms. Aging is the deck getting shuffled by molecular noise. Here's where it gets fascinating. At the microscopic level, the laws of physics are reversible. If you film two atoms colliding and play it backward, it still obeys physics. But at the macroscopic level, your level, time only moves forward. Why? Because of statistics. Imagine gas trapped in one corner of a box. Open the barrier. The gas spreads out. Could all the molecules randomly gather back into one corner? Yes. Is it forbidden? No. Is it likely? Absolutely not. The number of spread out arrangements is astronomically larger than the number of corner clustered arrangements. So entropy increases not because the universe is malicious, but because probability dominates. Your body is a gas-in-a-box problem with structure. Trillions of cells maintaining order in a sea of molecular chaos. Every second, molecules jiggle. Proteins fold and unfold. DNA gets bombarded by radiation and chemical reactions. At the microscopic level, it's chaos. At the macroscopic level, it looks like aging. Here's the twist. You are not a closed system. You eat, you breathe, you radiate heat, you constantly export entropy to the environment. Life is not a violation of thermodynamics. Life is thermodynamics working cleverly. When you eat food, you're consuming low entropy energy, structured chemical bonds created by sunlight through photosynthesis. Your cells break those bonds. They use that energy to repair DNA, fold proteins, maintain membranes. You are a machine that uses order to fight disorder. But, and this is crucial, you can never win permanently because every repair produces waste. Every energy transformation releases heat. Every correction introduces tiny new errors. The laws of physics say you can reduce entropy locally, but only by increasing it elsewhere. Eventually, the cumulative noise overwhelms the repair mechanisms. That's aging. Imagine you build a perfect house in the middle of a stormy field. Wind blows, rain falls, wood warps, paint cracks. So you repair it, you repaint, you patch the roof, you replace boards. As long as you have materials and energy, you can keep the house standing. But every repair introduces tiny imperfections. Over decades, maintenance becomes harder. Eventually, the storm wins, not in a single dramatic blow, but through relentless microscopic assaults. Your body is that house. Metabolism is your repair crew. Entropy is the weather. Every time a cell divides, DNA must copy itself. 3 billion base pairs. It's astonishingly accurate. but not perfect. Tiny mutations slip through. Proteins misfold. Mitochondria, your cellular power plants, produce reactive molecules as byproducts. These molecules damage nearby structures. Your immune system clears debris. Your cells repair damage. But over decades, the probability curve shifts. Repair slows. Damage accumulates. Stem cells exhaust. Structures weaken. You call it aging. Physics calls it statistical inevitability. Now, someone might say, can't we just fix everything, replace parts, edit genes, upload consciousness? Let's be bold. Biology is physics. There is no magical life force outside thermodynamics. You can slow entropy's march. You can improve repair mechanisms. You can extend lifespan, but you cannot eliminate entropy without eliminating the flow of time itself. Even a perfectly maintained machine experiences thermal noise. Even atoms in a diamond vibrate. Absolute zero temperature would freeze entropy production, but you'd be frozen too. The laws of physics say no to eternal biological youth. Not because they're cruel, because probability doesn't negotiate. You build a magnificent sandcastle, perfect towers, delicate walls. The tide is coming in. Now, the ocean isn't targeting your castle. It doesn't hate architecture. It's just water molecules obeying gravity and fluid dynamics. Each wave slightly reshapes the sand. For a while you patch it, you rebuild turrets, but eventually the sea reclaims it. Was the castle meaningless because it fell, or was its beauty defined by the fact that it couldn't last? Your body is a sandcastle built by evolution. Entropy is the tide. At the atomic level, collisions are symmetrical. At your level, birthdays accumulate, wrinkles deepen, memories stretch backward. Why? Because when trillions upon trillions of particles interact, the overwhelmingly probable direction is toward higher entropy. The arrow of time is not written in a single atom. It emerges from statistics. You are an emergent phenomenon riding the arrow of time. You are what entropy looks like when T briefly organizes itself. Think about that. The same laws that cause decay are the laws that allow stars to shine. Without entropy gradients, without differences in energy, life couldn't exist. You live because the universe is not in equilibrium. And you age because it's moving toward it. Now here's the part most people avoid. If entropy guarantees decay, if your body will fall apart, if order is temporary, does anything matter? I'd argue the opposite. It matters precisely because it's temporary. Imagine a universe with no entropy, no change, no gradients, no stars burning, no chemical reactions, no metabolism. It would be frozen perfection and absolutely lifeless. You exist because the universe is out of balance. You are a temporary island of order surfing a cosmic imbalance between hot stars and cold space. Your thoughts, your loves, your ambitions, they are thermodynamic events. That's not reductionism. That's poetry written in physics. The atoms in your body were forged in ancient stars. They drifted through space. They formed planets. They assembled into molecules. Eventually, improbably, they became you. For a brief window of cosmic time, entropy flows through you in such a way that you can ask, why do I age? That's extraordinary. Yes, your body falls apart. Yes, entropy wins in the end. But entropy also built you. The same statistical laws that guarantee decay also allow complexity. They allow galaxies. They allow life. They allow consciousness. You are not a victim of thermodynamics. You are its masterpiece. Let me leave you with this. If a sandcastle lasted forever, you'd stop noticing it. If youth were permanent, it woe, olden be precious. If time didn't move forward, you wouldn't have a story. Entropy gives you a narrative arc, a beginning, a middle, an end, and within that arc, infinite meaning. So maybe the question isn't, why does my body fall apart? Maybe the deeper question is, what will I do with this brief, improbable arrangement of atoms while it lasts? Because the laws of physics say your structure is temporary. But they also say something else. For a short time, against overwhelming probability, you are here, aware, curious, alive. And that might be the most astonishing thermodynamic miracle of all. So let me ask you, If you are a temporary island of order in a universe rushing toward equilibrium, what will you build before the tide comes in? Tell me in the comments. Let's think about it together.